What's up, YouTube? Now, you see the title of this video, and you see the image that I have on the screen. Now, before I even address the image on the screen, I'm gonna address that, towards the end. I wanna really just emphasize something before I get into the main topic of the video. And that is a realization. Now, like I said, you see the title, so you know what we're touching on. But I've come to a huge realization that the American population, the United States, right? And I could really throw the whole world in this, really, to be honest, to a degree. But specifically right now, United States. I would say that this has to be one of the, if not the dumbest country, dumbest empire ever created. The dumbest inhabitants that have ever existed within a nation. The most historically illiterate. The most illiterate in general. The most non-researching. Just downright dumbasses that have probably ever existed within human history. And I know some of you guys may say, oh, that's very hyperbolic, and no, but it's not, because what I'm about to touch on in this video is just more emphasis on the lack of intellect, the lack of research, the lack of literacy that many people in the society seem to have. Because when we're touching on this whole DEI thing, right? And you see the title, so we're talking about the Washington D.C. plane crash, right? The collision with the plane and the helicopter. If you've been living under a rock, there was a collision of a plane into a helicopter recently, and it was one of the biggest aviation accidents recently. Excuse me, one of the biggest aviation accidents in a long time. I think it was 67. I think the death toll is up to 67 dead. Now, if I really want to get into the real truth, I'll do that for another video, right? The whole plane crash, even the one that's also recently happened in Philly, all scripted, right? I'm not going to touch on that too much in this video, but we'll leave that alone, right? We're going to come from the premise in this video that all these things actually organically happen to a degree, right? And when we really look at this whole scapegoat once again, and it's crazy because when I saw the plane crash, I knew that it was immediately going to be blamed on DEI. And it's just like, I didn't even have to, I just knew. I saw the plane crash and I'm like, okay, I know what's coming. DEI, which equals blame blacks. And I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. And it's just crazy how I was right. Just immediately seeing, oh, DEI, everyone's talking about DEI. I'm like, dude, this is what I mean by the population is full of idiots, man. Because how do we even immediately go to this notion of DEI? I mean, this stuff is insane because, see, here's the thing, right? With the DEI thing, the truth about the DEI thing, I've touched on this in videos before. I touched on my last video where I was talking about Angry Man and how he's a revisionist historian, right? Here's the problem with the DEI thing. When it comes to DEI, really what a lot of these individuals mean is black. Let's be real. That's what they mean. When they mean DEI, that equals black. So what they're saying is there's these unqualified blacks in positions that they shouldn't be in. And they're taking jobs. Excuse me. They're taking jobs from qualified, high IQ, intelligent, superior white males. That's really what they're saying. They're never going to really come out and fully say that, but that's really what they're saying, right? With this DEI thing, is that there's white men walking inside of places to get employment, and they're being denied just because they're white. They want you to believe this dumb shit. This is what the elite media, the Jesuit ran media, who are trying to push division. They want the dumb peasants of the society, the peasants and serfs, to believe this. And most of dumbass white America will believe it because they're fucking retarded. So they want you to believe this, though, even though the society is catered around so-called white people. Eat them, right? They want you to believe that there are white men walking in for employment and they're getting turned down for being white. And they want you to believe that every sector of employment, every high sector of employment, whether it be people who are pilots, since we're talking about the aviation thing, whether it be people who are in these high-paying jobs and these management institutions, these high-paying jobs in these, like, you know, businesses and high management jobs and supervisors. They want you to believe that all these jobs are being held by unqualified black midgets, right? I'm kind of being funny, but let them tell it. That's what this is, right? So all these jobs are being held by unqualified black midgets, and there's this grand discrimination against the white man in society, and just a white man walks outside and he gets hit in the head by a metal frisbee because he's being discriminated, and everybody's just piling. No, these are bitch ass niggas that want to try to play victim because they know they have been the ones that have caused the destruction in this world and in this country. When has it ever been the white man's fault in anything in this country? It's always blame the blacks, but Edom is the one that's causing all the destruction in this country and the world. But that's a whole nother video. But when it comes to the DEI thing, that's what that's about. It's blaming black people. So immediately I knew they were going to say, oh, DEI, and they did. Now, here's the funny thing about this being blamed on DEI. This is what I mean by the lack of research I mentioned earlier. The pilots were white males. Now, we know they don't classify white men as DEI. You notice you'll never see them call a white man DEI hire. And it's because of what I just explained just earlier. They're not gonna call a white man DEI, right? So the question that I have is if the pilots were white men, right? And the head of the FAA was a white man. Now, he resigned not too long ago, I believe, but he was a white man. I want to know, where are we getting this DEI from? And because we know, like I said, they mean black people, right? They're looking for a black person to blame. So where's the black person to blame? Where's the black midget? Where's the black midget that apparently is in the aviation field? That's up there in the air traffic control. Because let them tell it, the air traffic control is full of unqualified black midgets. So I want to know, where are these unqualified black midgets at in the air traffic control? Where is the FAA head who was a black person? Where is the pilots who are black? Because they're not there. So what the fuck are you dumbass motherfuckers talking about when you saying DEI and talking about, oh, this is because of DEI? Where, nigga? Where is all of this evidence y'all got a DEI? Where are these unqualified black midgets that are just in all these high positions? Every high position is held by unqualified black midgets. Where are they at? I don't see these niggas, but I do see straight white males in these positions. But yet y'all still saying DEI? See, this is how dumb the society is. They don't even have to have a black person there. They could just say DEI and the dumbass people in society will believe it. This is why as I mentioned in my last video, man, the elites, they're not all the way wrong when they say the population is wasteless eaters, man. They're not. If you know, you know. Because these people are so dumb, it's mind-boggling, bro. I just sit back and I just look at these idiots and I'm like, how can you be that dumb? It really It's mind-boggling to me. It's really mind-boggling to me that somebody can be that dumb. Yeah, I just can't fathom being this fucking retarded as a lot of people in the society are. It's really, it's really an astonishment to me that people can be this dumb, but they are. So, let's see. Here's the thing too, because like I said, I don't want this video to be too long. But here's something that is really mind-boggling to me about this DEI thing as well, is that immediately when Trump gets in office, there's these plane crashes, there's all this chaos happening, and they're blaming the plane crash on DEI. And they're saying these are policies that Biden placed in all this right now. We know, if you don't know, the political system's all a sham. It's all fake. It's all scripted. All these people you see on the stage are puppets. So there is no Biden policy. Biden doesn't have any power. He didn't have any power. Trump doesn't have any power. But let's just go with it, right? Biden's policy was DEI and all this DEI crap. Now, here's the thing that I want to note in. If DEI causes planes to fall off the sky, why under Biden's administration for the 4 years he was in office, there wasn't a bunch of planes falling from the sky every other day? Because according to them, DEI is the reason these planes crashed. So if that is the case, why wasn't there a bunch of plane crashes under Biden? Excuse me. Why wasn't there a bunch of plane crashes under Biden that had planes falling from the sky continuously? Because if this DEI is so dangerous and we have all of these black midget pilots and black midget air traffic controllers that are unqualified, why wasn't all of this chaos happening under Biden? We had 4 years for that shit to happen and it didn't. But immediately when Trump gets in, now all of a sudden there's planes falling from the sky. Bro, see, y'all gotta stop and sit down and think. Stop listening to Fox News where we have people reading teleprompters and many of those people on them stations are not intelligent. I would love to see their scores in terms of like cognitive ability, right? Y'all listening to a bunch of idiots, okay? Why weren't these planes falling under Biden? No one can answer that. And like I said, all these people are puppets. I'm not no Biden supporter, none of that. I'm just using basic logic and critical thinking, which a lot of people in the society lack. Why weren't there planes falling under Biden in 4 years that was catastrophic in all this DEI chaos? Why now all of a sudden this DEI when Trump's in and that's all Biden's fault? Nobody will be able to answer that because it's bullshit, okay? It's not no DEI making planes fall from the sky all of a sudden. It's just insane. The whole notion of DEI is just insane. To even believe for a second that in this society, black people are going to get a leg up over white people in some grand scheme. It's just bullshit, man. But that's what these idiots want to believe because they want to play the victim. Because they want to act like they haven't been the community that has been holding this society back. If it wasn't for racism, a lot of things in the society wouldn't be the way they are. And I have to do a separate video on that, man. I mean, healthcare, a lot of this stuff, the reason we don't have it is because of racism, bruh. This is historically documented. I'm going to have to do another video on it, though. But these people want to act like they're the victims. They want to act like they're being a script. No. It's all just a fake little thing made up by the elites to cause division, yes. But then the people that are believing this dumb crap, when it's nowhere to be found in society, shows their lack of intelligence. The fact that the media can say it exists and it doesn't exist and they believe it is insane to me. But, I mean, I'm not really surprised to a degree because a lot of people believe stuff that don't even exist with no proof. So it just goes to show the society we live in is full of idiots. And, hey, man, it's really unfortunate. But you see this image on the screen. Now, before I even read this on the screen, don't you find it funny, right? I'm about to end this video in a minute, but don't you find it funny that we talking about all this DEI and all this, Trump's putting a hold on certain holidays like Black History Month, Juneteenth, and LGBTQ, Pride Month and crap, and all these other historical months for certain groups. Don't you find it funny how we focus on all this dumb crap that don't mean nothing, DEI and LXI and PEI or whatever, but we not worried about them gas prices though. We're not worried about them grocery prices though. We're not worried about increasing the wage of Americans so they can have livable wages to be able to provide for themselves and not living paycheck to paycheck and struggling to pay rent and having to have a fucking side hustle because their full-time job can't support them and they gotta go out there and I don't know, rob a fucking cat or something to make ends meet. Why aren't we focusing on doing those things to help to fix the problems with these people in the society, the homeless problem, all these things? But we weren't about DEI, LXI, PEI, RRI. We weren't about all these I's, but we not worrying about the money to help people make it by. See, this just shows you how dumb these people are, man. They're just like anything to just be, when it comes to hate and racism and all that is in front of people's well-being, people surviving and making it day by day. They rather hold on to that than focus on things that actually benefit them. And this is the society we live in, But you see this on the screen, right? Under Biden, let's go Brandon, why is eggs so dang expensive, right? But then under Trump, the cost of eggs is a complex interplay between inflation and other factors like bird flu, of which the president has little control. You notice the difference in tone with the prices being high under Trump. They're not blaming Trump, but under Biden, they were blaming Biden. It shows you the bias of these people, how they're so connected to their fake party, and all logic and reason just goes away to defend their party. They're not actually critical thinkers. They don't think for themselves. They think what the people tell them to think. Watching the Fox News programming, being programmed, or watching CNN, even for the other side, right? Being programmed. MSNBC being programmed. All these people are programmed. They're bots. About to be a bad 4 years for these people, man. But that's really all I gotta say for this video, man. I'm out.